No for July 25th, sponsored by University of Maryland, Baltimore. I'm Molly, and this is Amanda. And you can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. for your weekly news roundup and a discussion of current events. Please feel free to comment and ask for questions in the field below. How's it going, Amanda?
It's going. I'm in a different seat. There's a different perspective. Glenn, I can see Glenn face on. Hi, Glenn. Yeah, this is all different for me, but we're going to get through this.
Are you going to be okay?
It's going to be okay.
All right. So what do you have got to us for today?
All right, Molly. I am going to start by invoking a name and a personality that I have no business even being in the company of, but I'm going to do it anyway. So that being said, I just want to take a moment to remember DC TV news icon Jim Vance, who died on July 22nd at 75. Michael Esker, one of our contributors, did write a very nice tribute to him on our site that you can read at jmoreliving.com. But also, he just, we should take a moment and just notice him and recognize him. So hats off to a legend. And with that, I'm now going to slaughter the news, not Jim Vance style. So first item, unfortunately it's come to this, but on the local front, Baltimore residents are calling for a 72-hour ceasefire as the city's murder rate is now approaching 200 for 2017 so far. Organizers are using social media to ask residents to have a violence-free weekend from August 4th through 6th. So you can follow that at hashtag Baltimore Ceasefire for more information. And remember to be safe and just let's not kill anyone that weekend or, ever. Also, so further on, not as local, on the latest news on Jared Kushner. Did he collude? Didn't he collude? He says nope. So Jared Kushner insisted he did not collude with Russia and said the query into suspicions of a relationship between Russia and Donald Trump's presidential election campaign ridiculed Trump voters. Ridiculed, quote. Here's his quote. "Let me be very clear. I did not collude with Russia, nor did I know of anyone else in the campaign who did so." Kushner is Trump's son-in-law and a top aide, and he said that on July 24th. He suggested the investigation was a means of undercutting Trump's election. Quote, "Donald Trump had a better message and ran a smarter campaign, and that is why he won," end quote, Kushner said.
So if you're just joining us, this is Jmore's Need to Know, coming to you from Meadow Mill and sponsored by University of Maryland, Baltimore. Ask us whatever you like in the comments field below, and be sure to like and share. So what else is going on, Amanda?
All right, so we've been following this story for the last couple of weeks, and it's on same-sex adoption in Israel. The battle is continuing to rage on there, unfortunately. So thousands rallied in Tel Aviv on July 20th to show their support for same-sex couples who want to adopt children. The demonstrators held signs reading, "We are not second-class citizens" at the rally. And clashes between protesters and police led to the arrest of 5 demonstrators. Several days earlier, the Israeli government has said it remains opposed to allowing same-sex couples to adopt in the country in response to a Supreme Court petition. So we're going to keep following that story. It's not a great situation, and hopefully they'll get that worked out and equal rights for all people. Hey, so another LGBT-related news. This is a super sad and bizarre story. A 90s boy band singer, Amir Fraser Gutman, he was the lead singer of the Israeli boy band High Five, died after rescuing his 5-year-old niece and a family friend who were overcome by a wave at a beach south of Haifa. Fraser Gutman, who was gay, was recently outspoken against the Israeli government's policy outlining the same-sex adoptions that we were just talking about. And a petition calling for a law legalizing same-sex adoption is going to be named after him. Well, wanting to be named after him has 80,000 signatures so far. So that's pretty cool. However, in a really unfortunate twist to this story, this is where it gets crazy, Fraser Goodman was wrongly diagnosed with lymphoma in 2016 and underwent months of chemotherapy before learning that he had an inflammatory disease similar to lymphoma. That's according to the JTA. So the party that he was holding last weekend at the beach was to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of that discovery. So just bad irony, bad everything going on there. And he is survived by a husband and a son.
So before we move on to a couple lighter items, this is a reminder that you are watching Jmore's Need to Know on Facebook Live, coming to you from Meadow Mill and sponsored by University of Maryland, Baltimore. You can join us here every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Follow us at hashtag Jmore Need to Know and see more news at jmoreliving.com.
So on the Jewish sports beat, or maybe just Israeli athletics, Jonah Bolden, a second-round pick by the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2017 NBA draft, is going to play in Israel for Maccabi Tel Aviv. Bolden is a 21-year-old 6'10" forward. He has signed a 3-year deal with the most prominent basketball team in the Israeli Premier League. The deal has an NBA opt-out clause, according to Fox Sports, and the 76ers plan to have Bolden play overseas for 1 year and then bring him back to the U.S. to play when there is room on their roster. So it's pretty interesting. I didn't know that happened. Bolden played in college for UCLA from 2014 to 2016. I actually saw a basketball game in Israel. It was funny. It was different. It was a different kind of experience. Yeah, that's all.
That's all you got? Okay.
That's all I got. All right, but now for the best news of the week. Wonder Woman 2! So Warner Brothers officially announced on July 22nd at San Diego's Comic-Con, because that's where one announces such things. That's where one announces every such thing.
That is where my friend was.
Right? I mean, that's where one goes if they want to know everything about pop culture and everything that's coming. It's pretty cool. I actually wouldn't mind attending. But they announced Wonder Woman 2 is a go. The original, which opened this summer, is now the third biggest Warner Brothers movie all time. Do you know what the first two were, Molly?
I don't, but I just read it.
Well, so now you know, but I'll tell everyone else too. So Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, which is interesting because I don't think I ever saw The Dark Knight Rises. So I kind of need to see that one so I can say I've completed the Warner Brothers trifecta.
There we go.
According to JTA, the movie will be set during the Cold War with the Soviets. So we're super excited about that. Okay, moving on to business news. Are you a shoe hound?
Used to be.
Okay. So do you own any fancy Jimmy Choo shoes?
Sure don't.
Well, we've got big news today in luxury footwear, of course, because why wouldn't we? Michael Kors Holdings, luxury brand known for handbags, watches, and accessories, is purchasing Jimmy Choo shoes for $1.2 billion.
That is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of shoes. Michael Kors is a New York City-based designer whose mother is Jewish, so there you have that.
All right, Amanda. I sure hope you have a J word of the day, because I don't know it.
Well, Molly, you're in luck. And I will get back to why I just said that.
I am feeling pretty lucky.
You feeling lucky? Who's feeling lucky?
This girl.
So first, I'll just say I picked one I was sure I knew how to pronounce because neither Jonathan nor Alan is here to help us. So we needed to get through this with like the most approximation to English as we possibly could, right? So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Today's J word is mazel.
I know that one.
A lot of us do. So it has Hebrew and Yiddish origins. Its meaning is luck and good fortune. When you add tov on there, it's like congratulations, so it's mazel tov. But mazel, luck, good fortune. Here's a sentence example. Mazel, in this life it will get you a lot further than riches, good looks, or flattery. So you can also watch more word of the day videos at our Jmore Baltimore Jewish Living channel on YouTube.
All right. So before we go, we should also mention that today is National Hire a Veteran Day. So try to take that into consideration if you have any available positions and support our troops. That's it for today. Remember to join us here Tuesdays at 12:30 for your Need to Know News Roundup. Additionally, you can join us on Fridays at 12:30 for your Weekend Agenda with Amanda and Simone Ellen. In the meantime, have a great weekend and we'll see you soon. Don't forget to comment, like, and share, and follow at #JMoreNeedToKnow and go to jmoreliving.com for more news and updates. Have a great week and lots of mazel.
Mazels!